Are you ready to tap into the power of change by embracing new beginnings? You know, change is inevitable. It is a part of our life that we experience, and especially a part of this twin flame journey as we evolve and our soul is continually growing and we're letting go of who we've been and we're trying to become somebody new and embody that. So change is always happening. But as a human being, you know, in the spirit, in this human body, we fear the change because many of us go out of our way and we try to avoid it entirely, which creates resistance. And that resistance is clinging and hanging on to the past and the fear of the unknown. So why do we fear these new beginnings when they're really something that is for our better and greater good? It's the change that we're fearing and the fear of letting go of who we've been and what we've experienced. And on this twin flame journey, most of the time, the twin flame themselves. So it makes total sense that if we want to move forward, we have to learn how to let go of what we're hanging on to in the pain, the experience, the story, so we can create something new and give ourselves permission to be the greatest version of who it is we came here to be. So stay tuned, because in this series of the Fresh Start series, I'm going to share with you ways that you can take back your power and learn to give yourself permission to embrace change and these new beginnings so you can tap into more of who it is that you truly are. Hello, fellow flames. In case we haven't met, my name is Dr. Harmony, and I will help you live fearless, live loved, and live free. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you know when all my videos and content come live. I welcome you to this new Fresh Start series that I'm starting for you today. And my goal is to help teach you how to embrace this change rather than resist it as we move forward into the next evolution of who we are. You know, the truth is change is just inevitable, and it's going to be something that's going to continue throughout this journey. We're never going to arrive where we think we're trying to strive to get to. It's a matter of perspective. Change does not have to be as scary as we make it. And so in this Fresh Start series, one of my goals is to help teach you that positive power of embracing these new beginnings is going to help you learn to be able to look within yourself and know that this is helping you grow when we go through change. It is helping you evolve. It is helping you tap into more of your spiritual wisdom. And the moment you can truly give yourself permission and allow yourself to embrace this process, you can truly stop looking at these things as what you're letting go of and start getting excited for the idea of what you're creating. So before I share those ideas and ways with you to tap into that power inside of yourself and give yourself permission to make the changes you need to, one of the things I have for you that can help assist you with that is a Restart guidebook. So I invite you to sign up for that below, and that will also help you and allow you to join my 10-day Fresh Start Challenge. And so I encourage you to get plugged into that. It's my newest and latest resource. We're going to discuss fears. In fact, we're going to bring up some of those today. Some fears that are preventing you from embracing the change of the new beginnings. And the idea that you can turn this kind of negative concept and this resistance into positive power by reframing it into a good thing versus viewing it as something that you don't like. And also provide for you powerful tips that's going to help you look forward to the change so that you can invite it in, that you can welcome it, and you can embrace it in such a way that you enjoy the process. So one of the first things that we need to talk about if we're going to tap into the power of change is, what is a new beginning? Come into this earth and this world, and as spiritual beings, we came here to make and leave our mark. We came here to embrace the change of the new earth, the new world, and rebirth a new timeline for legacies to come and a new era. We signed up for something that was not just about a new beginning for who we are, but who we are, and that represents the new beginning of the collective. When we think about new beginnings, a lot of times we think about when we're born, starting a new job, starting a new school, starting a new relationship, or maybe having moved to a whole new state. And in most cases in this journey, it's also about continually repeating the pattern of shift and change of who we are. And every moment is a new beginning, because we're changing and evolving so fast in this energy. And I don't know about you, but it is going at quantum speed, and it is so hard to keep up if you look at what's going on around you. The more you can stay centered into yourself, and the more you can stay certain into the idea of what your new beginning looks like. What do you choose and desire to create? And to know that in this new era, as we recreate these paradigms and we shift forward into the process of the next level of ourselves, I've been talking to you about this a while. It's so important to know what it is that you desire. And we're in this split energy of this gap at the dichotomy of our past and our future. So our present at this time is, what do we decide? What do you desire? And stop looking outside now for the signs or someone to tell you or to show you what is next, because what is next is something that only you can choose and decide. I really invite you to just really look deep within yourself and really choose to say, I don't know maybe what it is I want, but I'm willing to explore what that is. Give yourself an opportunity to, for example, I'm going to give you a couple ideas on this. If you followed the self-love makeover journey, which I'll have a link below and above and card at the end for you, that self-love makeover journey for myself, just creating that, showed me the old version of me of what I was hanging on to, what I need to let go of, and what I really was looking for in my physique, my fitness, my ability to feel vital. And I realized that I was waiting to get somewhere to take action towards even a new brand and new clothing and shopping and the new version of me. Because as I went through that, I realized, and as I'm going through it, I should say, as I'm vlogging this journey that I'm still on for that self-love makeover that I'm going to keep sharing more and more with you, I don't really know who that new version is. But I do know that I'm showing up in a place that I have started, in fact, yesterday, a new skincare regimen. I have met with the image person, actually a couple of them. I actually meet with another one tomorrow for color and different types of clothing and fabric. And I met with one last week that is going to take me shopping and actually color my hair in a new color. And I'm going to be doing a trial makeup run before my photo shoot coming up. And so in all of that, I am learning more about how resistant I've been down to like a regimen, down to thinking I needed a certain amount of sleep in order to feel good before I maybe start my day and start it later, and that I need the 3-hour time window of meditation beforehand versus I can start to pull back on some of the things I used to do. And now even I've started a new vitamin regimen. These are simple things, but they're so powerful because those little things I'm telling you, with the fact that I have had this hair color, for you guys that watched my hair color that I kept for 25 years of blonde, and then I was forced to shift into auburn hair because I needed a correction in my hair. And when we don't, sometimes we get stuck on, say, not liking change. Like, I don't even like to change my hair color or my hairstyle. So it's been like this since 2017 in this color. So now I've realized in this photo shoot and this self-love makeover that I need a new look as far as down to my hair color. I need a freshened up look for even like my makeup regimen. And so the thing about it is we get so resistant to habits or being stuck on the one thing. And that's holding us back from this new image that we're trying to create within ourselves inside. So these things I'm telling you might sound like they're outside, but it's really the reflection of the inside. I encourage you, I challenge you to take inventory of things like your fitness level, your sleep habits, what you're eating, because those are other things that I'm looking at and realizing that some of the things I'm eating, that even though it looks healthy, it contains lectins, and those lectins create inflammation in the body and causes you to retain fluid. I am making so many changes on the inside that is piggybacking on the outside, and just take inventory of it. And that's going to help us reclaim the power of these things being our choices to begin with. So let's talk about some fears that prevent us from embracing those new beginnings. So we can begin to face those fears. So we can go through the barriers and move beyond the illusions and begin to become this best version. One of the number one things would be that I've mentioned is the fear of the unknown. We're so afraid of not knowing what it is that we're heading to. This boils down to a lot of trust. This boils down to you believing in yourself, believing in how far you've come, and believing in the fact that the universe has your back and that you are mastering all lessons as a soul, and that is to trust this process. And when it comes to your twin flame, one of the biggest things that we tend to fear is rejection. Being able to move forward in a place that maybe you want to move beyond this twin flame journey, or you want to maybe open the idea to bringing in new love. But because you've been rejected so many times by either karmic partners or even your twin flame, those stories are still playing out, and you're afraid to even open up the door because, one, you'll create the same thing over again, and you're afraid of disappointment. We can get so fearful of the disappointment of these stories playing out, even down to if it is a new person that you're to move forward to create the space for, because somebody might just be your catalyst or a facilitator or a karmic person that's helping you clear things. There's the disappointment of, will I find or experience the same kind of love that comes within the twin flame dynamic? And I can tell you over and over and over through catalyst, karmic, soulmates, down to the twin flame facilitator and the actual twin flame, each one of these things have had their own energetic alignment of what we think of as twin flame love, because all of these people and all of the experience is a reflection of you on the inside. So if you truly learn the essence of the twin flame love, and that is the grace and the gratitude, the unconditional love with no expectations, and you learn how to experience that within yourself, then that is going to help you then come into a place of loving yourself enough, to believing enough that you can experience twin flame love with anyone. And I don't care if it's family members, friends, or of course your flame. You can experience that with everyone, because twin flame love exists within yourself. And another fear that we're experiencing is the fear of loneliness and the abandonment of it continuing. And these are the stories that are playing out over and over that need to shift beyond and let go of and face these things. Really, the point of this is people are afraid to step out of their comfort zone. And that's for anything. For instance, a lot of you are in either jobs that are not fulfilling, or business owners and entrepreneurs that maybe you're doing very well at it, but you don't know how to put that energy into your purpose and your mission and make meaningful money. And there's a lot of fear in being able to make and sustain what it is that you need, not to just survive, but to also thrive by helping other people in a state of purpose, and questioning, well, I don't even know what it is my purpose is, much less how do I make this transition from this job or this business and my profession into the next level of my soul purpose. That takes you stepping out of your comfort zone and trusting that you came here to integrate with the wisdom so you can implement and embody it and bring it into your life. Another thing that people get so fearful of is a loss of status, because we have been taught that we are what we do, or we are things, or that materialistic things around us. I have a lot of clients that, have been very successful and have had certain physical materialistic things that they almost feel like they don't even want that state of abundance now because of fear of ego of having it. And that is a false illusion in itself. In a state of our highest version of us and of doing the things that we came here to do, we should have our cup flowing over to the point where it's not just filling up, it's flowing over, and that we can have our cake and we can eat it too. So I'm going to give you an example of this for myself in this new beginnings of this. So I've had some dental work that I had put off because of how much it really cost. I had gotten braces and Invisalign and had just finished it before the end of COVID. Then at that time, I had gotten the retainers to put in, and I decided that I wasn't going to put them in and I'd keep my last tray on until COVID was over. Why put them in when I was going through that? Then I went into this other state where I couldn't wear certain things on me and I could not sleep with them. I wasn't sleeping anyway, so I had to not put anything on me. Nothing could really touch me, and it was another phase of what I was going through. And so when it was all said and over and I could put my retainers back in, the retainers no longer fit, nor did my trays. So in a matter of a short period of time, everything shifted in my mouth. So it took everything out of alignment that I had done and worked on, and went through all this pain from not just from my mouth of them shifting, but also from my neck. And so I got a retainer where they were, is what the dentist said. And I wore that for almost a year. And so now I had some dental follow-up and I need some dental work. And the thing is, now the dental work will shift my retainer, meaning the retainer will no longer work. And that then I realized this morning that if I got to get new retainers, why invest that money into the retainer when I need to go back and get the complete set of everything? That calls then for a sense of double the money. One for the work, one for something I didn't plan on at this time, just tax season this week. And so it's forcing me outside of my comfort zone to think about the idea that, do I want to pay the money for that? And then my dentist also had said, without me even saying that, you got some decay going on from this problem you have with this crown. And if you don't get it fixed now, you're going to have more problems later and it's going to be more expensive. I can see clearly that whole process is stepping out of my comfort zone to in the belief system that I am worthy enough to receive the money it takes to pay for that. And so I had been keeping myself in a limiting kind of thought process, not wanting to spend the money on it. And that is the point. And in this new beginning of the new me says, I'm worthy enough to get whatever it is I need to be healthy, vital, and not be limited based on resources that I would need to fund what I need. To not just have what it is to survive, but to also your full needs be met and to also have the desires you want. For me in that, it's about seeing that opening the portal and allowing yourself to maybe step out of the comfort zone and think, okay, now that went from just a dental cleaning to all this work to even the next step of it. And I felt the resistance in that. And then I realized, well, I don't exactly know how that's all going to flow. But what I do know is I deserve to be taken care of and the universe will take care of me. And so I'm going to let go of my resistance and allow myself to do this because that is going to bring more in for me when I stop blocking the flow due to my fear and resistance of the limitation. Now, another big fear that we tend to really get caught up on in this journey for sure is the fear of what other people think. We are so fearful of judgment. And most of that is because we judge ourselves. It's going to be so important that when you see the reflection of what you think other people think of you, it's really what you think of yourself. So I got to repeat that. What you think other people think of you is what you think of yourself. Start using that and practicing that so that you can begin to realize and come into a place of power. And I've been faced with this too. I have been faced with a lot of different people that's been in my lives that has caused me to realize and step into my power enough to know that I have no tolerance for your shift in my life. And what I mean by that is I trigger people sometimes. And when I trigger people, then they take it and they want to kind of blame or point or think it's something I'm doing, when at that point I clearly know and see I'm just the reflection. And I used to would take that and be nice about it and just be like, oh, it's okay. They need to see it. I don't. Well, they need to see it. And I don't have to be the one to tell them they need to see it. Well, what has happened now is that that's happened enough that I'm standing up for myself and being like, I don't need to put myself in that state of being that is their stuff. I'm stepping out of their stuff. I have enough of my own stuff to take care of. And so what other people think of us is none of our business. So what if we chose to see the power of a new beginning? That puts a new perspective and a positive twist on all of the negative things. And would we choose to do that? It really can help reduce our stress and the resistance that we're creating ourselves, that's creating the limitations and the blocks and the lack. And this then allows us to actually start to move forward and see positive results. And as we start to see the positive results, we begin to see what we are creating and what we're allowing and how we're co-creating what we want, and it's showing up. Like, for instance, the thing with my teeth and being open to that and receiving and having the abundance flow in to support it. That creates a sense of self-confidence and self-esteem that we begin to build that gives us the sense that we can trust this process. This, when we have this kind of relationship with ourselves, that helps us improve our relationships with everyone around us because we're showing up for ourselves, and then we're teaching other people how to show up for us, and how we allow them to treat us is how we actually begin to teach them what is okay and what is not okay. So what you've been doing with your twin flame and how you are maybe present constantly in a sense of whenever it's good for them, you're available, then you're teaching them that your time doesn't have value. And so make sure to pay attention to these things, because as you begin to look at this and view this and value yourself, because at the end of the day, even having the abundance is about how you value yourself. Coming into the state of these things can help us then begin to address the anxiety with the change, or the depression or the suppression that we experience staying stuck and limited, because there's nothing worse than being in a state that is stuck. Being in a state, if you feel anxiety, stress, depressed, if you feel that sense of lack, then the energy inside of you is not moving. And that's why it's going to be so important to move things on the inside, literally, even down to maybe a cleanse. This is a perfect time for a fresh start, to do a cleanse, to cleanse your body, and to make some shifts and changes so that your physical state can also improve. And this will improve your health, your well-being, your vitality. And as you begin to do that, that begins to also piggyback the mental state. And the more you put into this, like anything, the more you're going to get out of it. And the more you show up in a place of being willing, without just ignoring it or avoiding it or not facing it, that allows you to take back and claim that power, knowing that every time you begin to set a new goal or a new intention, and over time, it becomes easier and easier to show up and to do the things you need to do for yourself, because you're beginning to gain more strength and vitality and feel better. And I don't know if you've noticed from the videos I did at the beginning of the self-love makeover and things I was sharing, I am already feeling better. I'm not going to say I'm at my best yet, but I am feeling better than I even was when I started sharing all of those things. And so I invite you to really get plugged in to that free resource that I have, that is the Restart Guidebook. and join that 10-day Fresh Start Challenge, because that is going to really help you to take the next step and to take accountability and take responsibility for who it is you are becoming. And so I'm so excited about it. Please let me know what you think about this new series. Let me know where you're at and what you're stuck on and what your new beginning looks like. And I encourage you to get started today to making these changes so you can become and bring more power into this new beginning, because the whole world is changing and we can catch the wave now, or we can resist it and stay stuck. I want to thank all of you that have supported the Twin Flame Ascension Oracle card deck, and I've been getting so much feedback. Please make sure to tag me if you've gotten your deck and any feedback on the deck. I've actually also had requests for demonstrations of the deck, and so I plan to do a video for that at some point. It's also been nominated for a cover award, which is Coalition of Visionary Resources, and so it's not too late to vote for the deck until April 25th of 2022. I'd appreciate your vote, and you can find the link for that below. And don't forget to like, comment, and share the shine. Thank you for watching, and may you always face your fears, find freedom, and glow forward on fire. And I will see you in the next video. Namaste.